We want to grow our company in the immersive sector by developing our own IP.
We're going to be creating an immersive pilot film that's going to follow the life cycle of water through Britain's ocean city, following from sky to sea.
We want to branch out into filming in extreme environments to capture truly unique perspectives dynamically and safely.
I'm Ollie, I am the founder of Different View, and I'm a photographer and drone pilot. I've always loved photography since university. Through teaching, I was able to have time during the summer to kind of go on courses and to practice photography. And it was during 2019 when I started Different View, I was able to use Different View as a platform to practice photography more and more.
The full story of Different Views starts with Ollie winning a contract with the Mayflower autonomous ship. Ollie, Luke, and sound designer Louis and I all basically got put in a room together by a client who hired Ollie for the Mayflower autonomous ship project. We were given an office and we were just kind of told to work together, really. We've been working together for 2 years now.
So a contract of Drew's pointed to us to apply for Creative UK, and Creative UK is part of a government scheme where they're trying to promote creative businesses throughout the UK. And it was through our very first meeting with Creative UK. We were in the Marker Hall and we were asked to go and look at this film in the immersive dome. While looking at this film, I think all three of us were really taken back by how incredible this ride through like a jungle was, and the sound and everything. It was really immersive. Creative UK introduced us to this government scheme called Innovate UK, which offers grants to businesses to help them with innovation. This particular one was all about creating a new creative arm of your business. So a few days later, we were sat around in the office thinking about what type of film, because you have to think of a film before you can apply for the grants.
We kind of all just sat together and chatted through them. I would say that the actual sort of ideation phase of the project was potentially longer than it needed to be, but I think in the end it was the best decision. Like, we took a while to think about things, but when we had an idea we kind of went for it, and I think that was the best decision we could have made.
This project opens up a lot of possibilities. It goes into a whole new sector. Going into the immersive sector is a fast-growing industry, and it's a way that we can generate our own intellectual property. What I absolutely love about this project is it's going to be a massive collaboration. We're bringing together the greatest minds in Plymouth's science. So we're bringing in Plymouth Marine Laboratory, Plymouth University and the National Marine Aquarium as collaborators on the project to have their scientific input. So we're actually making sure that there is a heavy scientific backing behind what we're actually producing. We're also working with Real Ideas organisation, who are probably one of my favourite companies in Plymouth. They are absolutely empowering an area of Plymouth, Devonport, which needs it. They're just doing incredible stuff. I mean, we're taking advantage of one of Plymouth's greatest assets, which is this 15-metre immersive dome. The immersive dome itself is a really special environment. I mean, it's one of the biggest in Europe, and there are many in the world, but this one is especially special because it's coming from where I live, coming from Plymouth. I love that it's a project that is Plymouth-centric, but can also be applied anywhere. So we're following the water cycle, and following the water cycle can be followed anywhere in the world. It's very much covering the broad processes that are around it. We kind of started off with the key, I guess you'd call it a title, like a key question, like an essay question. And it is, how can we get a camera in every element of the water cycle? And if we can't do that, we'll do it with CGI. We are out here in the lovely Drake's Leat on Dartmoor, just outside of Burrator Reservoir. We're going to be doing some drone filming. We're going to be sending our
3D printed, incredible rig straight up into the sky.
So how do we get a camera on Ollie's drone? So in our initial testing, we just mounted the 360 camera onto the drone. As it tilted or shifted in any way, you'd get the propellers in shot. So we quickly realized that we need to get the camera further away from the drone. We kind of figured out a method of basically 3D printing a scaffold on top of an FPV drone, and that essentially got the lens far enough away. So we built the scaffold system. Luke designed 3D print, so Luke has good 3D knowledge.
So this project was first and foremost a massive challenge. Obviously, it's an innovative project, so it's not something any of us had really tried before. I mean, everyone was stepping out of their comfort zone. For me, it was working to quite strict deadlines with some seriously high rendering time, high resolutions, and just a new way of approaching 3D work that I hadn't looked at before.
3D printing's been a huge thing as part of this project. So it's how we've been prototyping stuff, and it's how we've been actually creating some of the new systems that we're using to film. We're kind of pushing our boundaries of how we can film. I mean, we've invented new tech and new systems for filming that didn't exist before.
So what we have here is part of the slide that we're going to make for the 360 camera, so we can like half submerge it in water. It's just a prototype at the minute, but yeah, we've got it linked up to the controller. It moves, which is very exciting. So hopefully when we stick it in water, it's not going to break. Time to put it in the very high-tech Tupperware, which definitely won't break. When I put it in the water, I just want you to basically push the stick forward.
Okay.
And hopefully it will run.
Whack.
There you go. I'd say that's pretty convincing. I would put the Tupperware in, but I think it needs a little bit of epoxy before that. Brilliant. Nice. Well, that's that.
So, here you see a wild Ollie in the wilderness with his drone. Lots of swearing ensues as he manufactures and assembles the FPV drone.
We had a couple other rigs that were failed experiments, to be honest.
Oh, he's got the way in there. Okay. Oh, shit. There she goes. It's doing the same again. Ah. Why? It's done it, yeah. Little recovery mission. It's connected. The prop has not connected though. Ow. It's also sharp. Oh, God. Well done. Well done, mate. Fuck.
So this is kind of an absolute fantastic example of a learning experience. This is our 3D printed boat. I mean, I can actually see why it stopped working the last time we took it out. It works-ish. I had loads of ideas of how this was going to get used. Basically, this was the original print. This bit's all been reprinted. This is iteration, I don't know how many times. I mean, every time it stopped working, we rebuilt it to some extent. So this was the iteration 10. It was really fun learning this. It could be considered somewhat a bit of a waste of time because I probably spent about 10 days, I think, at least working on this, trying to get it working. Learned a lot about 3D printing, learned a lot about tolerances, and learned a lot about RC as well. So, I mean, a huge thing of what we do is remote controlled operations. So we now have a dramatically better boat. We've got an aluminium hull that's been designed by a submarine manufacturing company, and all of the RC components have been fitted by a Plymouth College lecturer who is a naval architect. It goes a lot quicker. We can mount bigger cameras to it, and we can film different things. I mean, this thing, I think the fastest we got it up to was about 8 knots. So Luke's slider was another similar story. It was a lot bigger. It was a lot more work. Again, Luke probably spent equal amount of time I spent on that. So there's two main reasons it didn't work. There was one point where Luke downgraded the motor to a really tiny motor. The tiny motor was not powerful enough to bring it when it was actually in water. And it really wasn't powerful enough when we put in silicone lubricant, which is what you lubricate the prop shaft of the boat with. When silicone lubricant gets cold, so for example, when you're filming in the snow, when it gets cold, it turns into a glue, pretty much. I remember we were out there just trying to rub it off the slider. The slider just wasn't moving. The little motor wasn't strong enough to move it. Didn't matter anyway, because what worked in the end was just floating it down the river.
And it floats down through, goes underneath a waterway, and then ends going through a tunnel that will transition into our pipeline shot.
I think the things that have been meaningful for this project has been the collaboration with not just other freelancers that we brought onto this project, but also other institutions like the University of Plymouth, like Plymouth Marine Laboratory, like the Aquarium.
So, we're at the aquarium today, the National Marine Aquarium, and we are currently filming in their Eddystone tank with quite an unorthodox setup. We've got our camera currently recording down there. One of the reasons this shoot is important to the film is we've got such a dense population of fish here. So this is representative of Eddystone Reef. So it's about 17 kilometers outside of Plymouth, and this is what a abundant and fruitful density of life would look like out there. The National Marine Aquarium are collaborators on this project, so helping us with filming and giving us insights on our script as well. So there are some direct quotes from scientists here at the aquarium in the actual script for the film. Has anyone done a fishing line camera down here before?
The big sea rig is, I mean, I would say the biggest success in the project, because that was the thing that I really had to kind of redeem myself on after the boat. The sea rig was the other idea that came quite early on, and I went through several iterations with it. I'm actually really proud of how it turned out. It started off as basically string, changed orientations of the lights, and then basically ended up being a full rigid frame. It's got these lights. These lights, the one that's doing my nice blue edge light, they're dive lights. They can go up to 40 meters depth. They're neutrally buoyant. They're basically housed in an aluminium and steel chassis that holds the Insta360 camera. No, we went out 3 times. It was winter we were filming on this, so it was cold. On a rib we were using for the first time by ourselves. There's a great clip of Ollie bailing out the boat.
This is our first time solo at sea. It's just Ollie and I today.
That was really funny. We borrowed a bucket from the border force. And then we ended up going out on one of our clients' ribs. Our clients' boats. They were doing some sea trials, so we just got to go out and just be their sea trial. And we met up on the water, which is quite cool, with Plymouth Marine Laboratories, who were planting seagrass at the time. So we actually got to go out with them and they told us exactly where to go. So we tried Jenny Cliff area and then we went over to Drake's Island. And Drake's Island was a success. We got really beautiful footage of seagrass. We want to go back when there's better visibility. If we are going to upgrade this film, if it gets pointed out that that is an area that they'd like to see more of, people want to see more of, and we'll go back and we'll film for longer, probably a whole day out at sea, filming underwater, with iteration number 4, which is going to have a Bluetooth receiver and a winch. Because at the moment it's just on a stick, on a broomstick, and you're just reeling up. It's a massive 4-arm workout. One of the big things that we didn't want to do was damage the seagrass in any way. So it is literally, it's not like an anchor, it is just a point of metal at the end. So it just dabs it down and you reel it back up. We got really worried, we nearly hit a starfish once, and that would have been mortifying. But thankfully it's not actually that heavy when it's underwater, so it would have been fine, but didn't want to murder a starfish. So next version, Bluetooth, so I could see what I'm filming.
good, Drew?
Long.
I think it's really important to have a good relationship with a different view crew. You're working with each other a lot. You're on set, you've got to be able to trust each other to deliver and to deliver to a high standard. And also, you've got to know that you've got each other's back. If someone makes a mistake or if someone's a bit down, you'd be able to pick them up.
When you're in an office every single day of the working week with other people, you kind of want to at least like them. We all like each other at different views. So we all get along really well. Whenever we have disputes, they're handled they're handled professionally. It's got to be fun. None of us would be doing this job if it wasn't fun. I mean, it's kind of the beauty of this job. It's creative, it's fun. There's a lot of really good parts about it. When it can get really stressful, we can fall out with each other.
We get at each other, but I think that's necessary. For Ollie, it would just have to be leaving milk out on the side. No. At the end of the day, we like to challenge each other. We're not afraid to say when we think someone could do better and we know they can do better. We can all have the most stressful day where we're all getting at each other, and then at the end of it, we can all still have a laugh about stuff. I think having that kind of friendly atmosphere lets us all thrive.
I think the bond between the other two comes from a very similar ethos in life and very similar humour and very similar ambitions, and that kind of brings in to a more powerful bond between us and inside work and out, which has been incredible.
My name is Matthew Raystrick. I'm here as the composer and sound lead for putting this composition together for the documentary. So one thing that's really exciting for me about this project is the ability to work within spatial audio formats.
Is this the audio from... Did you do this audio? So Louis did the audio here?
He synced, he watched it and folded this back, he said.
He's done this really well.
Yeah, he's done a really good job of it, yeah.
I like this. I actually like this. Yeah.
Making sure we tap and brush up.
So this one, we filled the room with smoke, so that's why you can't see anything. It's smoke and 2 lights as well.
Here in Plymouth Market Hall, I had the privilege of being able to work here independently a lot in the past, so I understand the system really well. And so being able to make stuff in a different format, which is incredibly immersive and really takes use of the array they've got here, is really exciting for me. I'm working on some formats that are a bit different. I'm not used to working on documentaries. I do a lot of stuff for films and games and some TV stuff as well. So for me, it's really interesting to have it in an immersive output, different format.
All of the biggest action happens that way. So you travel this way, bigger blobs are this way. This is water molecules.
Wow.
So Luke did this. So all the CGI Luke did, all the drone Ollie did.
CGI?
Yeah.
Wow, well that's CGI.
Yeah. yeah.
Oh, you flew a drone out
Flew
space for 30k.
Yeah. Has everyone seen the fish?
Yes.
Because it blew our mind when we saw it, because I was like, oh, there it is. This was seen at dinner under the dome. So there was a meal that was had in here, and then this trailer was played just before the meal. It had some really good feedback. And then the other people who've seen this trailer is we had an exhibition for Creative UK, which is how we got the grant, and we showed them in VR.
Guys, this is so fun.
Oh, okay, that's cool. I'm seeing a lot of stuff. I just can't believe that it's all film.
This is the most tuned in I've ever been to anything to do with the planet.
So this was the first test, ahead of a premiere we got next week. And we were just having a sort of listen to what it's like. As you can imagine, when you make audio for a space like this, away from a space like this, there's always going to be some subtle nuances, little things, some levels that you have to change, sometimes spatialization and things, and we've got lots of notes today, so we'll go away and get back to the drawing board. Really looking forward to the event. I think looking forward to meeting lots of people, everyone who's involved, and everyone who's involved from all the organisations that are involved as well. I think it's a really ample opportunity for networking, and really looking forward to see what the public think of it.
This project's been crazy. It's been crazy from the start how we got the project. It's taught us so many different skills that we didn't know we could learn. And it's brought us into a completely different industry that 12 months ago we hadn't even thought of. So my feelings about this project I think it's brought a new lease of life to everything. I've loved every minute of this project. It's been great. The joy from it has been where we've filmed, being out on Dartmoor in the snow and out in the sea using our commercial endorsement that we actually got through this grant as well, which is incredible. And learning all those new skills that come with innovating different rigs, different attachments for the drone, new CGI techniques for Luke to learn, new filming techniques for Drew to learn.
I think the fact that we really got to do what we wanted with this one, we got to put our own artistic spin on it, and it was finally a kind of a chance for us all to sit down and think like, okay, what do we want to do? And I think that's what really inspired us. It's nice to say that we came up with the idea and executed it completely by ourselves.
In you go, guys, enjoy. There's a few stations out there. Also, I'd like to thank our collaborators. So we've got Kieran, who's doing behind the scenes. We've got Louis and Matthew, who did the audio. We've also got Victoria as well, who's an amazing voiceover, so thank you. We've got Plymouth Marine Laboratory, who has helped us with this, the University and the Ocean Conservation Trust, and you guys for coming out and sharing with us your thoughts on this film that's taken quite a few months.
8 months. Eight very long months, but we're very excited. You've all been invited here personally, and you're all very welcome here, and you're all very lovely people. So please do talk to each other, and a massive thank you all for coming. Enjoy.
It was beautiful. It was the end of near enough 9 months worth of hard work, innovation, risk, collaboration, creativity, everything that came together.
We've all worked hard and we've all given it our best go. Like, there's never been a point where we've kind of been lazy with the project. It's all been a push. Personally, I'm really happy.
I feel like we've done so much in this project. It's really hard to pick something that I haven't learned, to be honest.
It's just been a fantastic way to see it all come to life with Precipita.
That's a good story. Yeah, well, the sunset shot.
So there are direct quotes. There's, I think, 6 direct quotes from scientists in that film.
Thank you. How'd we go?
It's been incredible. We've had an amazing turnout.
Better than I thought it would go, to be honest. Yeah, it's just so nice, like sharing, obviously with like a lot of people you don't know, but also a lot of people you do know that are really close to you. It's really nice sharing what you're doing, so you just get a better picture of that. I think that was really nice personally.
We all smashed it with our speeches at the beginning. It's now way emptier. Still people here, still people mingling. All of the stands and the actual space went really well. We had about 100 people come.
It's been 9 months of working things out, innovation, creativity, and now we're finally able to show our work and see the reactions of people, see the feedback, which has been mostly positive, but there's been some really great critical feedback for what we can improve.
We've got loads of feedback forms, which is really valuable for the piece.
Yeah, it's been great. It's made the whole adventure worthwhile. And on to the next stage.
So the biggest thing I've learned from this project is that one of my philosophies of going, go big or go home. I don't know, this is like, I don't like that phrase, but thinking big and committing to going big, I think has been really proven fruitful. Because I always like to think that things can be like, if you really put your mind to it, you can make what you want to make. So this project, it has been massive. It's been the biggest collaboration I've ever worked on, and I'm really proud of that. Like, that's been probably one of the biggest things I've learned, is that you can do the big thing that you want to do, and you can make a really cool film.
Skills learned is absolutely massive. I mean, I've already mentioned, like, in terms of the grand scheme and like the industry, I'm still like relatively new to it, but I think I found something that I really enjoy and could see definitely taking this further. I think it's kind of opened my eyes to like a completely different side of 3D that I didn't even know about, and yeah, it's just like wanting to explore more and develop more, and yeah, just kind of create more.
Without the collaborators, this project wouldn't be what it is, anywhere near what it is. So that's been a really important key and a big lesson to take away. And we did it. We made this film. And so it tells you, if you put your mind to anything, majority of things are quite possible. What's next? Oh, what's next? Hopefully the world.
What's next? More immersive content, more of it. I want to do more. I just want to make it more weird and more abstract and just have fun with it.
It's just making better work. Like, it's really honing our craft and developing as professionals in this industry, and growing our network. Yeah. Growth. Yeah. There we go.